Up first, we have Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce. So Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, she runs another 10.67, does it in Paris, and looked very, very clean doing it. This entire race, she got out fast, and then she just started really peeling away from the entire competition. It wasn't really close from 20 meters out. Her form, her smoothness, delivery, her head wasn't bobbing around. It was just a very, very clean run for her, and it's coming in at the right time. Like right now, you're going to be going into Jamaica Champs this upcoming weekend, same weekend as USATF, and obviously you're going to be having the World Championships coming in later on. And so running another 1067 right at this time, it couldn't really come at a better moment for her. And so she's really priming to do well here at this World Championships. I mean, this now gave her another record. She now has the most sub 10.8 runs of a woman with 24, when that she's blowing everybody in the competition out the water. And a lot of people obviously compare Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce to Elaine Thompson-Herah, because those are really the two names for who can potentially win this world championship. That's what it's been for the last year or so, and that's going to be continuing here. And so how do they stack up? Well, so far this season, as we said, Shelly Ann, 1067, Elaine Thompson-Herah, she's only ran a 1079. And if you look at the two racing strategies this season, or scheduling strategies, I guess you could say, they're very, very different. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce has only raced in 4 total races, 2 100-meter races and then 2 200-meter races. While if you take a look at Elaine Thompson-Herah, she has done much, much more. She's done some indoor races, she's done 100s, 200s, including even a 400. And so they have varying strategies. And Elaine Thompson-Herah has also mentioned how she has not done a few races, especially over in Europe, due to some injuries that she might be feeling, or just some tightness, soreness, whatever it might be. And so it's interesting how they have two very different race strategies. I mean, obviously, Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce is 6 years Elaine's senior, so the fact that she has a lot more races on her legs is definitely probably playing a part in how many races they're doing right now. But so Shelly Ann is looking really good. Obviously, I mean, the favorites going into the season was still probably Elaine Thompson-Herah. I mean, she had the second fastest time ever, fastest woman alive, and she showed she could win doing the double at the Olympics in 2020 in both the 100 and the 200. But this year, she seems like she might be beatable. I mean, she hasn't ran as fast as she normally does going into this. I mean, her PR that she set last year was after the Olympics, because it was at the Prefontaine Classic. That's when she ended up doing that. And so her timing can be to peak here, obviously, for the World Championships. That's what everyone is trying to do. But I feel that I'm still a little bit concerned about what's going on, man, because she's only run this 1079. Shelly Ann has run sub 107 twice this year, and both times looked very, very smooth with very little wind. And so I'm thinking, right now, if I had to give an edge to an athlete between the two, I'm giving a slight edge to Shelly Ann. And when I say a slight edge, I mean a very, very, very slight edge. Like it's a toss-up right now. Like really, any of these two ladies can end up winning. But if I gotta choose who might be the favorite right now, I'd be going with Shelly Ann. But we've seen that anything can happen when it comes to these two. One thing that always happens when these two race are one of them wins. When every single time both of these ladies have been on the track together in a 100 and a 200, whatever it is, one of them wins. Every single time, whether that's 100, like I said, 100, 200, doesn't matter. One of these ladies wins. So it's like, who's going to win at Worlds? Because one of them's going to get it. We know that. Like it's usually the 1-2 punch here. As of recently, the Elaine Thompson-Herah is 4-2 against Shelly Ann over the 100-meter sprint, and her lifetime, I believe, is 9-3 against Shelly Ann. So she has more head-to-head matchup victories against each other, and so wondering how that's going to be, going into play here. Jamaican Champs is going to, show to be a big factor of, who's looking into it, just like how USA's is going to be a big factor for us here in the States. But yeah, it's an excellent race for Shelly Ann, and peaking at the right time. She knows how to get these things done. I mean, both of these ladies do. They're both top of the line athletes, and I'd say that this race has a lot of legacy implications for both of them as well. Like if Elaine Thompson-Herah can get this world championship victory, then she can show, hey, look, I can win at the Olympics and I can win at Worlds, and then she's really moving herself higher into that, legendary conversation. I mean, I think that she's already kind of in that rare air, but many people may not because of, some of the world championship performances she's had. And then if we go looking at Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, she has the ability to hold off this lady who is 6 years her younger, and being able to get another victory, potentially even set a PR with a 10.59. If she can really get into the 10.5 ranges, she'll be looking really good as, the best sprinter of all time, one of the best sprinters of all time. Definitely be giving her an opportunity to say, best sprinter of all time, regardless male or female there. But so they both have a lot to win. I mean, looking at the other competition and other people that could be in that conversation, Shericka Jackson has opportunity to do well. I know Sha'Carri Richardson's always going to be in that conversation. So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to actually be getting that victory in that spot.